What's going on, guys? Antonio here. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up for me, and let's get into it. All right, so I wanted to do this video because I started noticing several articles kept coming up on my feed from some of the different blog posts and news magazines that I follow, and they were all taking aim at Nic Pizzolatto. He's the original creator of True Detective. He did the first 3 seasons of True Detective, which I thought the first season with Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson was fantastic. The second season of True Detective with Vince Vaughn and Colin Farrell was pretty bad. They missed the mark with the second season, but then they brought Mahershala Ali in, 2-time Academy Award winner, and they got it back on track. People was like, oh, okay, Mahershala Ali's season 3 was really good. Okay, so they decided to do season 4. They got rid of Nick, and they brought this woman, Issa Lopez, in to be the showrunner. They brought in Jodie Foster to star in the season, and people were watching, even from the beginning. People were watching like, what is this? And then when the finale ended. They aired it like 2 weeks ago or whatever, and it started trending. Now, one thing I will say, I saw one article where they mentioned that this 4th season of True Detective is the most watched season in history. And that might be true from a numbers standpoint, but I also know that when the original True Detective finale aired in 2014, so 10 years ago, streaming wasn't what it, I mean, we had Netflix and stuff like that, but it wasn't, network television has had to change because of what streaming is now. That's why a lot of times, if you're following like NBC or CBS or ABC, they will air the show, and then like the very next day, that show is on the streaming service because they know people aren't watching traditional television. But long story short, Nick started posting some of the negative comments that the fans had about the 4th season of True Detective. So, of course, he has been labeled a hater. And I want to show some of the articles that have popped up because of Nick. And I also want to go to his Instagram. So let me post some of that stuff. All right, so now we're on Salon. They've got another article. And, Nic Pizzolatto's Night Country Ire reminds us some True Detective mysteries are easily solvable. And, basically they're coming at him because he was sharing the fans' disappointment with this 4th season and the whole deal. I saw some stuff that Issa Lopez put on her X account, and the fans were on there, and they're coming at Nick and the whole thing. So, yeah, there's another one. He's on Deadline, but I actually want to go to his Instagram because there, he's got a nice little thread there where he posted. And so I'm going to go to his Instagram, but I want to show, like I said, I just wanted to show there are more articles. There's an article on Deadline. There's, like I said, there are other people. This seems very orchestrated because he is not going with the yay women, oh wow, everything is fantastic and positive. And while he's not personally criticizing the show, he is posting or responding to fans of his that criticize this 4th season. So he is being labeled as a hater. I saw the female actress, I can't remember her name. She was Jodie Foster's co-star, and she was a former WBC women's champion in boxing and the whole deal. She was talking about Nick, posting negative things about the show as well. And I was like, it is what, like I said, he's going against the program, so they coming for him. Hold on one second, let me get that. All right. So, okay, we're on Nick's Instagram, and it's been very active over the last few days. Because like I said, his main thing is he's been just interacting with fans. He did post some things on his story, some of the negative feedback, because these people that put this fourth season together, they want to ignore all the fans complaining. And here's the thing I've noticed with a lot of liberal entertainment creators. When they do something and fans have a negative reaction to it, they post the same memes. You see that there's like a children's book and it says, everything I don't like is woke. And I've seen so many people share. I was like, you guys all must have like it must be like a group chat or something that you guys are all sharing, because every person, when they make these horrible movies and they change genders and do all this stuff, that it gets a negative reaction. And then when they go on the defensive, they all share the same stuff, the same talking points. It's all lame. But this, like I said, this is Nic Pizzolatto's Instagram, and he put this up. True Detective aggregate post. This here is the place for all your trolling, support, infighting around True Detective and the absolute moral degeneracy and misogyny of anyone who did not think it was good. Exactly. Let's move these screeds off my posts about my wife, true love, and my father's death. Okay? I'd say stay civil. But of course, civility has no place when criticism of a television show indicates some form of Hitlerian evil that must be stamped out. So roll on, Tide. Roll Tide, baby. Go Bama, roll Tide. Anyway, satire is welcome. And do try to have a nice day. Now, let's actually go in the comments, because I saw some interesting things in there. There are so many troubled souls in these comments. And then let's see, you're the most loving misogynist I've ever met. Wife goes, oh yeah, so let's see, funny how the ones not possessed of ideology seem to be happy, loving relationships, and the ones coming on his page to criticize and claim misogyny all look depressed and angry and full of hate. They never seem to have any awareness of how unhappy they are. Best of luck to both of you, and ignore all those unhappy people who think Russ dad's ghost dancing in the ice for absolutely no reason and randomly throwing spirals throughout is excellent writing. Okay, so I think this is his wife. Hold on. Oh, that's his wife. Okay, so I didn't know that. Okay, so this is Nic Pizzolatto's wife. Oh, and he pinned it. Okay, so that's his wife. And let's see. So yeah, like I said, this is crazy right here. Like, oh, is this Kelly Riley? This is Kelly Riley from Yellowstone. Oh, wow. Okay. I did not know she must be I love Kelly Riley. I'm a big fan of hers. Let's see here. Full offense, homie. You couldn't write a believable female character if your career depended on it, which it clearly doesn't, since mediocrity gets rewarded. And of course, Nick responded to that. And yet my female lead character got an Emmy nomination, which it did. Mediocrity gets rewarded. You should reflect on that, given what's being rewarded at present. Okay, here's another one. Your writing sucks. I bet you couldn't write your autograph on a book, TD poster, or TD Blu-ray and mail it to me even if you tried. Well, I think that's a fan trolling. Okay? And to think I really adored you in your work. Why are you okay spreading hate and negativity? Okay, Hannah, let's see here. Where have I spread hate? That's a ridiculous accusation. Honestly, I think you have got some fake news or need to read my posts more closely. Okay, so this person, okay, hold on, my bad. I was like, I really thought this season was inspired, great, and exactly what the show needed. The ending was not what any of us expected from the previous seasons. However, it seems that is not sitting well with most fans. And he said, glad you enjoyed, which I'm going to heart that. And let's see, No Country for Bad Movies. It is really legitimate. It is totally legitimate to express that you did not like the season. But what I find funny are the airs of grandeur that you give yourself when doing so. Dude, you took care of a season 1,000 times worse. Season 2 is garbage. I said I didn't like season 2. I got to be honest. Season 2 was not very good. Okay, he responded to this person. How do you feel about your wife drinking alcohol and doing shrooms on the Joe Rogan show in front of like 30 million people? It's obvious in that episode that Joe has a thing for your wife. Love you, Nick. Been a fan of yours since I was 19. Okay. And then Nick says he feels just fine. Because, yeah, she was on Joe Rogan. And I have to find that episode because I saw some clips of it. But, oh, okay. So this person is saying that that Nick blocked, because some of the people, they were saying negative things about his family and the whole deal. So if he blocked some people, I'm not going to give him hate for that, because a lot of those people are coming to his page to, he'll post something about his wife and they're like, you suck as a human. It's, like I said, social media is weird, and people, I feel like because we're all so dependent on social media now, and because of that, the way we interact with each, I think we've forgotten basic human kindness. Everybody's so detached. We're all on our phones and our tablets and our laptops, and instead, I always try to think when I interact with someone on social media, I'm like, if I was standing face to face with that person, would that be the way I respond to them? Is that the way I would come at them? But, like I said, it is what it is. But like I said, there's a bunch of these comments. There's so many of these. And like I said, I like Nic Pizzolatto. They had announced last year that he was going to reteam with Mahershala Ali and write the new Blade movie. But I saw something the other week that said that they've brought in, I think this is going to be like the 4th writer for Blade. So, and then maybe Mahershala Ali was getting tired and he's walking away. But then I saw another article saying, no, he's going to try to see, can't they get it together? I think he's got, because Denzel Washington has talked about this. I think, at least Mahershala Ali has, they have a holding contract, right? Which means if they don't start shooting by a certain time, they have to pay him to hold him in position, so that he doesn't have to go and get other work. And they had to do that with Denzel Washington when they made American Gangster, because Antoine Fuqua was the original director of American Gangster, and they didn't shoot when they were supposed to shoot. And because they didn't, they had to pay Denzel Washington like $10 million anyway, because they wanted to hold him under contract while they found another director. And then they got Ridley Scott. They brought in Ridley Scott. And, if you know about Denzel Washington, he's done like 6 movies with Ridley's brother, Tony. And so they brought in Ridley. Obviously, Denzel shot the movie with Russell Crowe, and it was a big hit. But I think they were saying that Mahershala Ali was still going to stay on Blade, even though now Nic Pizzolatto is out of that. But I'm curious about that. But anyway, I thought some of this is interesting. Some of these articles are interesting, but it seems like when you go against what the narrative is, all these big news media websites write articles about you, and then that drums it up even further, and obviously they come for your social media and hit you. But if you loved the 4th season of True Detective, I would love to discuss that with you. If you agree with a lot of these fans that said it sucked, let me know that as well. I found it hard to get through, I'm gonna be honest with you, but let's have that discussion. Follow me. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on X. I'm on Threads, all at Ikari Press. And if you're into comics, check out my comic book brand, Way of the Gun. You can go to ikaripress.com and do that. The link, of course, to that is in the description, as is the link to my Gumroad if you want to download the first issue of Brand or my book with Dame Drop, super official. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm out.